Less than a week to go until what some are calling the make or break primary in Florida for Rudy Giuliani. There he is right now speaking live in Estero, Florida. America's mayor is putting all his eggs in the Florida basket, banking big time on the Sunshine State. Is it a strategy or a campaign blunder? Rudy's hoping Florida will catapult him back into the front-runner spot in the race for the Republican nomination.
We're very familiar with Florida. We've spent a lot of time here. I have over the years. Judith has. We know this area. We know your communities. We know your people very, very well. And we, of course, have a very big primary coming up on January 29, and we want your support and we want your vote. And believe me, you will not be disappointed.
Right now, Rudy is running second in Florida. Take a look at the latest Real Clear Politics averages of polls. It shows Rudy trailing John McCain by about 3 percentage points. Bill McCollum is the Florida State Attorney General. He is also co-chair of Rudy Giuliani's Florida campaign. And Bill, I guess one of the interesting things is that so many voters vote absentee in Florida. There are already a great many votes that have been cast in this race, and they were cast at a time when a lot of people were thinking John McCain wasn't going to be a factor.
Well, not only did they cast absentee votes early, we have early voting in the state, and for over a week now, you can go to a polling place or could have gone to one and voted for Rudy. So we think we've got a lot of votes in the bank, and we've had stronger turnout for early voting by a long shot this campaign than we had in the 2006 gubernatorial primary. So we think that's a big plus for Rudy. And I think that Rudy's getting his message out there.
I think I know what you'll tell me, but was this part of the plan, or was it just a happy accident that McCain's surge has come on sort of after some of the votes already have been coming in?
Well, we certainly knew that we had early voting in Florida, and Rudy's campaign planned on that. We worked hard on that. We have a tremendous grassroots organization, a voter turnout organization, and it was geared to the early voting part of it. We had no idea, of course, McCain would come on or not. And I might point out that being behind by a couple of points in some of the poll averages is still a statistical dead heat. We think we are in the driver's seat in this race, though, because of that turnout. Plus, the fact is that Rudy Giuliani is the only candidate in this race who has expressed a very strong support for a catastrophic insurance fund, which for Florida voters is very important. Governor Christ has made that his #1 priority. He's asked every candidate on the Republican side to support it, and Rudy's been the only one to do that, and that's important to the high cost of homeowners insurance in our state. Very important that there be a federal backstop. And that's a significant difference in the race, I think, with these other candidates. McCain came out completely opposed to it the other day. Romney's waffling all over the place. I need to study, I need to talk to insurers. Don't really understand why they're so tepid about it, because it's very important not only to Florida, but to any state that has a natural disaster potential to get our insurance rates down and to have realistic and reasonable reinsurance rates.
All right, so
I also think,
let me ask you this. There are reports that the Giuliani campaign isn't doing so well on the money front. Let's imagine that your planning works out and you win Florida, you grab all of those delegates because it's a winner-take-all state. What does that do for Rudy Giuliani, the candidate, and the campaign?
Well, actually, the money front's doing fine. I think everything's gone according to script as far as our spending is concerned. I think what you are seeing, though, is Romney's come in and put a lot of his personal money into this. I think he's put literally millions of dollars into Florida out of his own pocket. We expected that. John McCain has borrowed against what he has gotten in federal pledged dollars because he chose to take those dollars, borrowed the bank on it, just like you say Rudy's gambled on it. Well, he's gambling on it, too. So we may be being outspent by a little bit by these two candidates at the end, but that was anticipated as well. And once we come out of this primary, I think the Giuliani campaign will be in great shape if it wins it, and I think we will win it. I believe we're doing that. I believe we're doing it because he is a true Reagan supply-side fellow. He's somebody that I served with in the Reagan administration when I served in Congress while he was in it, and he favors and has done it in New York City, reducing taxes to increase revenue, targeted major reduction, the largest proposed tax reduction in U.S. history that the Giuliani supported. That's resonating with voters in Florida right now, along with his catastrophic plan and his support for our space program and things like that.
Bill McCollum, the Florida Attorney General and co-chair of the Giuliani campaign there. Bill, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we've been following